This is my last Instagram live that I do with Mr. Benja's ADD experience, unless something happens. But as far as I see it, I might need to move on, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But you know what? I had fun. I'm still having fun. Also, it is the beginning of June that's happening right now. Black Music Month, Juneteenth's coming up, and it's the middle of the year. People don't think about it, but we've already passed 6 months in 2023. So guess what? We got to do bigger and better things. And I'm going to do my mid-year resolutions. I won't tell you about them. Probably never, actually. But I usually don't tell my resolutions. But this year, I may give some hints out. But it's not something I really do. Not something I think you need to do. But if you do, I'll help you with them. And we'll see what we can do. Because resolutions are important. And I've got resolve for Mr. Benja's ADD experience. So we're going to do more of it. We're just not going to be recording from Instagram Live here. And we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that works. We'll keep on doing. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I'll send you flowers. And I'll still be here posting stuff on Instagram. Don't worry about that. But that's that. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. There's some more other things to talk about. Some more other. It's bad grammar. Thing I'm trying to get rid of when I'm talking online. It's one of my resolutions. Get better at not saying hey, making sure I'm watching my cadence, making sure my voice is solid, staying hydrated while I speak so I don't start croaking in my voice. I got to resolve to do the speaking thing better. If you would have known me when I was a lot younger, you wouldn't have thought this would have been where I would end up. But nevertheless, here we are. You got to do these things. Got to change up. Got to keep moving. World's not going to sit around and wait on you. So, just catching up. Yeah, it's the middle of the year. It's already been a fast 2023. Seems a lot is happening in a short amount of time. I was just talking to somebody and they were like, man, it's already halfway gone and we didn't even get a chance to hate on it like we did 2020, 21, and 22. It's already gone, half of 2023. Now we're about to start getting into those futuristic years, right? Those years we thought we were gonna see in the movies and TV shows. 2030, 2029. I want to say either Back to the Future or Terminator. We're using 2029. But that kind of makes sense given that they altered the timeline in the past. So it's not one of those true future. Can't really use those as examples. But anyway, I want this to be my last Instagram Live. Instagram is a great tool. It's got a lot of foolishness that goes on with it, as all these social media platforms do. But it's not really built for this. And when I say this, I mean I want to get here. I want to talk to people. I want to have a recorded show. But I think YouTube Live might be a better place for it in the long term. More interactions, the chat's better. Sharing links to people is different. And you can actually go off the app and still hear what I'm saying. If you're a premium subscriber, of course. You can go off the app. You can't really do that with Instagram. With Instagram, you're gonna kind of be stuck. Also, there's no desktop way of doing it. So that's why YouTube may be in the far run. Ali Mo. Blessings, young one, blessings. I don't know if you can actually hear me. Okay, I got a new speaker set up, so let me know if I'm talking to the wind here. And yeah, so Instagram Live, I'm always saying, hey, listen, do what you got to do and keep promoting yourself and keep putting yourself out there. Try different things. And in the process of trying different things, you got to try different platforms. And this new platform named AMP came up, and I'm going to try that out. Ali Mo, things are going pretty good. I was just saying that we have a great 2023 still ahead of us. We just reached the halfway point. Pacing Pete, what's happening? Hey, Pacing Pete, if you got a second, tap in. I want to try something right quick. Yeah, everything is going good. 2023 is here. We're in the middle of the year, and I wanted to try something new, so I have to jump off Instagram Live. And I don't know that I'll need to come back to Instagram Live in particular. After I try out Amazon's AMP, I'm going to try out Twitter Spaces, and then I may do a little bit of Facebook Live. But the point is not to stop going live. I want to keep doing that. And I'm going to keep recording these, and you'll be able to find them on the podcast streams and on YouTube where they get archived. But as far as the Instagram lives, I'm not going to do the continual and the standard format in the way I'm doing it now. I'm going to be, if I do show up on Instagram Live again later, it's not going to be me like recording my podcast. It's going to be me just being on here to talk to the Instagram people, to maybe have an Instagram interview or chat session right quick. I remember last year we did Dune, and you can't do a Dune discussion like that just at any time with anybody. So Instagram does allow for that. Pace and Pete, you got to pick up your car. How long am I going to be on? At least I won't be on too much longer. So don't stress yourself. We'll always have time. We can jump on later for some other reason. But what I'm saying is I'm not going to be doing my normal routine here. But yeah, so things are always moving. Things are always changing. And I've gotten to a good place where I understand that. And in getting to that place of understanding and accepting that, I am making the change myself instead of having the changes always happen to me. I know a lot of you may say, well, you always do that. It's like, yeah, I'm going to amp it up even more. So for the next week, I'm going to be doing a music show. I don't know if any of you know me, but I really have a fond taste for a lot of old school hip hop, a lot of some electronic music, some R&B, some jams, some things like that. I really like music, so I'm going to be doing an amp show that's going to have music integrated into it. That's one of the things you can do over there on Amazon Amp. I don't know how many of you use that platform. It's relatively new. Amazon hasn't been putting too much beef behind it, but lately I've been seeing ads. Nick Cannon's doing his thing. I got a shout out on his show. So it may be the next big thing. Either way, I'm on there, and I'm going to try doing my radio show from there. My radio show as if I have one already. I'm working on a format. I'm working on my whole setup and spiel and way of doing it. It'll feel a little different from this right here, but it'll still be good. What's happening, Steels? Good to see you passing through. You know, I should always put my title up as something like my last Instagram live, or this is the last time I'm going on Instagram, or something like that, because it always gets people to join in and see what's going on, see if something crazy is happening, or if I'm going to delete my account or anything like that. But no, none of the above. I'm not going to delete my account. I'm just on here to let people know that these nightly lives that I've been doing, it was cool. I did almost 35 in a row, I think. Let's see, I started out at around about 40. I did about 40 of these in a row. And I learned what I needed to learn, got a little better, got my routine down, started changing up some things. And getting a routine down is really important, as you've always heard me talk. And in that routine, I learned that I might need to try a different platform. So I'm going to bounce around to a couple of the platforms with this whole process, see what happens there. And then if I really want to make Instagram a thing, I'll come back. I suppose that might take me maybe a month or two off of regular lives like this. But that's the kind of thing you need to do in the beginning when you're trying to find out where your seeds will grow best, where your plants will thrive. So I'm trying to just plant some things. And in general, it's always about trying something new out, trying out new things, stepping into that uncomfortable zone, right? We're always talking about the stepping out of your comfort zone. Thanks, Ali Mo, for reminding me of that. Your comfort zone is where you're okay with everything. And if you're okay with everything around you, that probably means you've pretty much stagnated, or you're comfortable with a good amount of uncomfortableness. So I don't like the idea of being too comfortable, because from a certain point of view, if you're too comfortable, that means you're falling behind. That means you're getting lazy. That means your skills are going down. I got comfortable with my chess skills and started playing online chess again, and I got the living tar beat out of me. So I'm like, you know what? Screw that. I'm not doing that again. I always got to keep my skills up on the things I want to keep my skills up on. So proactive, uncomfortable situations. Jump in it, learn something, try something. Even if you've already done it, try it a new way and see what's changed. Like if you ask me to start naming off songs by a lot of new artists, I can't do that. I've kind of fallen off in terms of keeping up with a lot of new music. I dibble and dabble here and there, but I need to be on my music more. That's just something that's always moved me, so I need to get back into regularly checking out new music, regularly checking out new albums, seeing what the vibe is, seeing what's out there. Is it a little uncomfortable? Yes, because I'm listening to mumble rappers. I'm listening to a lot of music I don't quite get, and I'm only hearing a lot of what I'm hearing from the people the A&Rs and the people trying to push certain movements in music that really have nothing to do with good music. So getting back and actually finding what I want to listen to, who I want to listen to it from, and so forth, that actually takes a little work and a little time and good people to supply you with the new stream of music. So if you have any new music suggestions, I just got put on to Tame Impala. I like that guy. And I went to Coachella last year. That was really fun. Really got to pick up on some new vibes there. Who was it? Corday. I really got into Tiki Monster. I got into her vibe. Kind of a Korean pop electronic something or other. I don't even know what to call it. But it makes sense if you play anime. I mean, listen to anime and play video games. Tiki Monster. Then who else was that person I got into? I don't know. See, but it's not that many. I can't really name them off. I can't really flow with them because I've gotten comfortable in my old music and the playlist I've been building for too long now, right? Old artists trying to do new things. Not that it's bad music, but there's a certain vibe and liveliness that you need to keep up with, or I need to keep up with. So I'll be getting more into that when I go on AMP. So yeah, the thing with AMP, I guess I should go ahead and explain that right quick. It's an app. I think it's only available on iOS. I'll have to find out exactly for sure. But basically, it's an app where you can kind of... Do you remember was it Last Player FM? I think where you could set up your own little room and start DJing music, and everybody would take turns voting on your music, and it was kind of a little fun music app. This thing called AMP from Amazon is like the crazy far in the future version of it. So far, I've really gotten to liking and following 80s Marissa. She's been around for a while. Nick Cannon, he gave me a shout out. I don't know if you saw that reel a few posts back. Nick Cannon gave me a shout out for being entertaining in the chat. Nicki Minaj has a bunch of followers there. Has a show on there. And who else am I thinking? Bingo from ATL. That guy he's produced a lot of the hits from Crime Mob, Lil Scrappy, and a lot of those artists from ATL. He's been a producer and DJ down there, so it's all hooked in, man. It's kind of a cool place. It doesn't have much promotion. I think Amazon's still just kind of feeling it out, so it's kind of new, but I want to get on there, start playing some music. I was vibing with some people, did a couple test shows, seemed to work out. So I'm going to try it out here and see what happens. And yeah, as I said, I want to try something here. So if you're still here and available, go ahead and try to tap in. I want to talk to somebody live for a second on this, testing an audio thing. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this AMP thing. It's interesting. I've never thought of the difference in just talking and talking with music. So now, if I'm going to do a music-based show, do any of you listen to radio? That's what I want to know. Do any of you listen to radio where someone talks and then they play a song or two and then they start talking again? And do you listen to that regularly? Like there's the morning drive radio, there's the midday radio, that's a little something different. And there's like the afternoon, easy listening, whatever. And then your drive home radio, which has a whole different vibe. It's like kind of getting into the party vibe. Your evening radio, which is light kind of party stuff, and then your late night radio, which is heavy and all that. Hey, Ali Mo, love you too. Always, always love you. Thank you for being the great person you are. You mean a lot to me. I appreciate you. I know I don't contact as much as I might be able to, but that's because I'm me and I don't want to contact anybody. Do your thing. So yeah, where was I? I was talking about AMP and music playlist at different times of day. So yeah, there's a whole music format thing. I'm going to be figuring that out in the next couple of days and start my shows sometime next week. So if you've already got the app, let me know what you think. Follow me. I'm Mr. Benja over there, putting out some shows. I could always deserve your feedback. I could always use your feedback. So let me know anything when you jump over there. And you can just find it in the App Store. It is not available for Android yet. I was talking to somebody earlier today, and it is not available for Android. So they used to have a select group of people they opened it up to. Now it's available to a lot of people, a lot more people, me at least. I got the ad, and when you get the ad, you can go get the app. I think the app is available to everybody at this point. So now we're going to see what it turns into. Right now, it's been a good place to find some new music and to reminisce on old school music. I've seen 80s, hip hop, electronic. I haven't seen so much rock on there yet, but I haven't really searched too much. Oh, and I saw some country on there. So people are basically, it's like a music-based social media app where everybody jumps on. Think about Clubhouse. If Clubhouse was music-based, that's the kind of thing you'd get right there. So let me see this. I wanted to share this to somebody and see if they could jump on right quick. I actually need a caller to jump on so I can try this audio out. Trying something new. All right, but as I said, why am I doing this right now? Well, before anything starts to get too big and you're stuck with it, it might be a good idea to just make sure you dabble in the other waters to see where else you might go before you make the commitment to really drive off into the sunset. So if you're just roaming around the city, before you jump on the highway, you might want to check a couple of the roads to see where they might go before you get on the highway, and you're going to be going in that direction for a long time. As always, you can jump off, but that's how momentum works. So yeah, I definitely want to learn something, see how I can do this format, see if it works out, and to provide some interest. I've already got a Batman show lined up, a Marvel superhero show lined up. I have a creative hustle show lined up. And I'll be matching all these show topics up with the music. So I think that'll be interesting about it. And I want to see how that plays out. As I said, I'm having fun over there. So maybe you will too. And you got to keep moving forward, right? There is no standing still. We talked about that. And it's a creative fear of mine, actually. So these aren't things that I like to do. I don't like jumping in and trying new things in front of people, although I feel fully confident in myself. But it's still a fear that I have about getting sidetracked, about people getting my brand confused or whatever. But I'm going to do it anyway. Creative fears have to be jumped into. All creators have these things that hold them back. They think they are going to be, I don't know, they think a lot of dangers are going to happen when they try out something new on a new platform with new people or whatever, or try a new skill that they don't have any business trying. A lot of people get these doomsday scenarios that kind of slowly build up in their head. But you got to just jump in there and do it. It's pretty safe out there in terms of just trying stuff out socially. You can always just do a little bit of something, see what people say, and then go back to whatever you were doing. I think we make it out to be more dangerous trying stuff out. I think we make trying stuff out to be much more dangerous than it really is. And that's a problem. Because if we don't try our stuff out, we're going to get held back. And as creators, as I was saying before with the comfort zone, you have to step out and embrace that uncomfortability, that uncomfortable nature. those unsure waters. You have to be willing to go out a little farther, lose a little bit of your investment, have your boat broken up a little bit, take a little damage when you go outside the comfortable nature of things. That's fine. That's what happens. You may have to suffer a little shame. You may have to suffer a little physical pain. You may have to have the pain of losing some of your previous investment. Lose it all even. People who have built companies can tell you this. Sometimes you get to a point where you can no longer extend what you're doing. You have to start over with all this new knowledge and go start it up again, completely from scratch. I mean, you already have people who know you and you've already got the skills and information. But as far as the company is concerned, sometimes you just can't extend it. You have to stop what you're doing and start your new company from scratch, basically. How does that work? Well, say you have a restaurant and you're serving people fish tacos. You got a fish taco restaurant. You're serving fish tacos all day. You are the master of fish taco preparation. But then at some point you realize you are really good at organizing all of your restaurants and your franchises. And you start realizing, you know what? I could make a much bigger business by building franchises that I don't even own. You could make a whole business operating the law, the legal setups, the construction, the financial dealings. You may be able to do all that so much better than actually running a fish restaurant. But you got to stop the fish restaurant, or you may have to let it go or let somebody else run it while you do this new thing that's going to be bigger than all the fish restaurants. So sad for the fish taco community, good for the franchise community. That may be the thing. And this has happened before to a lot of different companies where they've had to kind of stop one thing and just say, you know what, we're putting all our focus into this other thing and we basically have to start from zero. Sometimes they create a new brand, sometimes they don't. Apple has been pretty good for kind of stopping what they're doing and then completely jumping into something else. I can't say Apple's a great example because they've always had their computer division as their backbone, as their foundation. So they really haven't let go of that too much. And now the phone is part of that foundation and they really haven't let go of that too much. So you've got these foundational elements that hold on to you. Maybe Elon Musk is a good example where he started something and then to start the next thing, he had to jump out and start from zero in the next project. From X.com, which became PayPal, to Tesla, SpaceX. I'm not sure I have the order right. All these companies, the Boring Company, it's not like you just continue where you were. I mean, you do have somebody is holding your bootstraps for you. Margaret Crone, how you doing? I'm just here discussing my new idea to jump on the AMP platform. And I think that's going to take too much of my time. So I'm going to leave Instagram Live for a while. That's all. I'm not deleting my account or anything like that. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, stopping and starting up something new. That's basically what I'm going to be doing. As I said, mid-year resolution is a good time to do that. It's already 6 months in. Can you believe it? I don't know what the rest of the year or 2024 is going to hold. So that's another reason to really jump into something new and try it out. Before times get tough and before times get too crazy for you, it's like try something out, learn something new while you can. You may not have the opportunity to do it later. The price may go up. Yesterday's price might not be today's price. And I don't just mean financial. You may have a situation where, I've heard of people where a family member had to move in the house with them. I've heard of people having to change cities where they live. I've heard of massive job change situations where someone thought they were going to get promoted or thought they were going to get transferred, and now they're stuck where they are, or they're forced to move into this other situation that they didn't understand. So you actually have a good amount of leeway and freedom right now to change what you can. I mean, you might not, but in general in the population of America, I think people still have a big open door where they can go try things. So it's the middle of the year, 2023. You should probably get in there and try something different yourself. Well, I don't know how long I was planning on sitting here letting you know about my last IG Live for the moment, but I will keep you all informed. Make sure you follow along. I'll keep you all informed about the new show I'm doing. I'll try to get some reels out. I'm not really good with stopping and making these little videos and putting them out all the time, but I'll stop and try to do that. And when I mean little videos, I mean the 15, 30-second reels. For some reason, those are much harder for me to do and put out than these just sitting down and going live. So we'll see how they do. But anyway, that's going to be it for me right now. Listen, I enjoy all of you and I've had fun doing these. I'm going to continue creating podcast episodes that you can find on all the podcast streams and on YouTube. But as far as this last IG Live, appreciate everybody. If you see me again, I'm probably just going to jump on for a couple seconds or so, maybe talk to somebody really quickly, and then jump the hell out. So that's going to do it for me. Take care. Follow along. I will see you later. Peace.